Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Sorry, there's been no content for a little while. Basically, I've just not been very motivated to do anything for the past 2 or 3 months. Really, just a few things in personal life and whatever. Just not been motivated. But I need to get back to doing stuff. I miss talking to you guys. So I need to get back to it. So here we are. We're back with the real deal, and we're going to carry all this on until FM19 comes out, and then of course that's a new game which is going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to telling you about that in another video at some point. So let's just get back into things, shall we? And try and remember what happened last time, because it's been a while. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you. We're playing Athletico Madrid and then we're skipping the game against Coruña because it's a cup game against Coruña, and really who cares about a cup game against Deportivo La Coruña. So we're going to skip that one and go straight to the Seville game. Two massive games in La Liga as we try and push forward towards European places once again this season. Now, since you were last here, I can't remember either. It's been at least two or 3 weeks since I last played this, I think. So I mean, what was even last episode? Last episode, I reckon, then it was Liverpool and Bilbao. 2-0 loss to Liverpool, which meant we were out of all European competitions. But we beat Bilbao, which is pretty good for La Liga. Since then, by looks of things were pretty good. Let me try and jog my memory and see what happened. I remember this one then. A 2-1 win over Las Palmas. Ricardo Ortolini scoring a penalty. The first penalty we scored for quite a while. And Colono scored from open play, basically. He's finally starting to get a few goals under his belt now, which is very nice. After that, we played Cadiz in the league away from home. Had to rely on an own goal from them to make sure we snatched the win there, which wasn't the best way to finish the first half of the season before we got to the winter break. The winter break was awful. I didn't do this game, by the way. I always get my assistant manager to do friendlies for me because who can bother with friendlies? But it turns out he put out a very, very strong lineup, and we lost 4-3 to Malaga B. Malaga B, who are in the... when he wants to show me the second division B, so they're at the same level as our B team basically, but we lost to them 4-3 somehow. So I mean, that's annoying. The first game back after the winter break, though, was a 2-2 draw with Deportivo La Coruña, the team we have in the Spanish Cup quarter-finals. So hopefully we can do better than that and beat them in the Cup. Again, Colono scoring another goal, this time a penalty, but he's starting to get on the score sheet more and more now, as I said, which is pretty good. We then had a 2-0 win over Vigo in the Cup, which obviously put us into the quarterfinals. So that's not too important. Valencia in the league, away from home, 3-1, a very, very decent result there, because Valencia are a decent side. And a lot of these results, scoreline-wise, isn't that convincing. So to go away to Valencia and beat them 3-1 is very, very good. And then, of course, to beat Vigo again in the Cup to make sure we got into the quarterfinals. So, Atletico Madrid today and Seville. Atletico second. Seville down in 10th, but they should be better, really. You've got to say Seville are a very decent side. The table, as things stand, is looking good for us right now, actually, I've got to say. We sit third in the table. The recent run of wins that we've had and the draw in there against Deportivo have put us into third position, 3 points ahead of Real Madrid as things stand. I can't see us catching up with Atletico Madrid 9 points ahead of us, or Barcelona, who are 12 points ahead of us. It's going to be a very, very tough challenge to do that. What we do have, though, is a bit of breathing room between us and the sides chasing Europa League places and things like that. We're 4 points ahead of Valencia and 5 points ahead of Malaga with a game in hand as well. So we could extend that to 7 today if we beat Atletico. However, it's probably quite unlikely. It's also January, which means lots of transfers, bids for players. These are all the outs, by the way. We've had, I mean, a lot of them are just teams asking to have my youngsters on loan. But there are a few players. I think he's got a few offers to go. Other clubs want him, which is a little bit scary. He does want to leave to join Osasuna for some reason. I said he can go if they match his minimum release fee clause of 1.8 million, which they won't ever match. So I'm not worried about losing him. A few youngsters have gone out on loan, but Jean Ruiz is the main player to have gone. He's left to go to Deportivo La Coruña, who seem to be coming up quite a bit in this episode, don't they already? For £375,000. I think he only played 4-5 games this season, if that. 4 or 5 games, one off the bench, 3 starts, not very good. So he had to go, really. Wasn't going to get any game time here. We've got a pretty solid midfield now anyway. And I think that is everything I need to tell you, really. I think that's everything that's all caught up, basically. I've probably forgotten a lot of stuff. It's been a long time since I played this, but, we live and learn. Does that even make sense in this situation? I don't think it does, but I've said it now. We're going to go for 5 at the back today against Atletico Madrid. We are at home, but it's Atletico Madrid and they have battered us before several times. So I do think it's necessary to play 5 at the back. So Burke in goal as per usual. A backline of Verba, Diaz and Romero. Cucurella and Diouf as our wing-backs. Badeka and Colono come in today as that centre midfield partnership. They've got a very, very good link, which is why I want to keep them sort of together. I don't think Habo has got a good link with either. Well, he's got a good link, but not as good as these two have together. So that's the reason why they're starting today. Adzic in that attacking midfield position. Osmanovic as our advanced forward. And Rolheiser today as the trequartista on the grounds that Abel Ruiz has just come back from an injury. And Salonke is still out for another 3 weeks or 2 months. That seems like quite a big difference with his broken foot. So I suppose we'll see what happens with that. But he could be out for a long time still, Dominic. So Rolheiser comes in today, very capable striker, as we saw last season. So I'm pretty confident going into today's game. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today at Oviedo's stadium, which is nice. I'm looking. I think it's going to be 1-0 either way. And if it's not 1-0 either way, it's going to be Atletico Madrid beating us like 6-0 or something like that. That's the way it's going to go, I think. It'll either be very close or Atletico will batter us. I don't think we're going to have a chance of battering them, as Hugo Meyer puts it into Vieto, who 2 minutes in has already scored a goal. Fantastic stuff. Vieto, of course, the player that absolutely, he battered us last season. I remember it's the game we played at their place. I'm pretty sure he put at least 3 past us, which wasn't great for us, of course. But, you live and learn. And I've said that twice now. Why is that in my head? I don't think I've ever said you live and learn about anything, really. But I've said it twice now today, so it must be something in my head right now. I'm not quite sure why. But Badeka on the ball in towards Adzic, who can't quite get it through to Osmanovic there, and Atletico Madrid retain possession as Koke comes forward with the ball now in towards Antoine Griezmann, who puts it across to Pavon. Of course, Pavon, a player that we tried to sign once, but he went to Atletico instead, understandably, really, as they've scored another one 9 minutes into the game. So this was a good game to show you, wasn't it? Straight away, though, there is a highlight, so maybe we're going to get ourselves back into the game by scoring something here. Colono on the ball, puts it forward towards Rolheiser, in towards Osmanovic, who just puts it wide of the post. Unlucky there, son. To be fair, it doesn't matter if we lose this game, because Real Madrid played at the same time as us, or they just played already. There's a few games going on at the same time here. This is unprecedented stuff in Spanish football. 4 games going on at the same time. So Madrid are playing right now. They've just scored, so they've gone ahead of us in the table. But other than that, it doesn't matter too much, because we are still 4 points and 5 points ahead of these other teams behind us and around us. So losing today isn't necessarily detrimental. We'll still be in the Champions League places. So I suppose it's a loss that we can afford to take. However, losing wouldn't be the nicest thing to do, really, would it? I'd much rather win. So second half, we need to do something. And I'm not quite sure what that something is yet, because usually the 5 at the back system works quite well. But it's clearly not, because Atletico are 2-0 up against us. So assistant, do your thing, which isn't usually much, I'm going to be honest with you. And we're going to change formation to this winger formation. Let's do it, shall we? Let's just get out there and do it. Haibo is going to come on as that CDM. Adzic is going to be out on the left. We'll keep Rolheiser on the right for now, I believe. Yeah, we'll leave him there for now. We've got Orsolini on the bench, ready and waiting. But I think we have to change something. We have to be a little bit more aggressive in our stance. Perhaps we should have done this from the start. I don't know. But let's try this, see what happens. Fingers crossed it works out for the best. And straight away, they have a corner, which goes into Koke, and Party nearly scores. So it's started well. Got a chance now, though, through Rolheiser, who can't pick out the pass to Osmanovic. That was a really, really poor pass, actually. Not particularly great. And here come Atletico once again. Although a good interception there from Romero there to win the ball back. Colono in towards Badeka. Badeka out towards Adzic. Adzic now on the ball, looking forward towards Osmanovic, who nearly scored there. That was a very, very good worked opportunity there. That's the best we've seen all game. Luckily for them, Atletico Madrid's goalkeeper was on top form there to make that save. Adzic once again, though, with a ball tackled by Hugo Meyer, though, and it's cleared. Got to say as well, actually, 760 away fans from Atletico Madrid. That's one of the biggest away attendances I think I've ever seen in Spanish football, which is crazy. I've got to say, actually, we have come back into this game quite well. They've not had a single shot since the 50th minute or so, where we've had quite a few. So if we make some changes, I mean, Osmanovic has played woefully, as most players. We'll bring Orsolini on, and we will bring Abel Ruiz on as well as a complete forward. Let's just see if this will change things for us. We know we need to just try anything here, basically. We're down and out of it right now, so without making changes, I don't think it's going to change. And I've said change quite a lot there again. And suddenly my vocabulary has just gone to you live and learn and change. I've said change quite a lot. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why I'm saying these things. Unfortunately, I don't think the substitutes that we have made have done anything to rectify our mistakes in the first half by conceding 2 goals. Unfortunately, we are going to lose today's game. Although there are 3 minutes of added time left and we are coming forward now. Abel Ruiz isn't going to come forward. Instead, Vieto. And is this going to be a 3rd goal for Atletico? No. Verba with a very, very good challenge there up towards Thomas Partey, who gives the ball back to us straight away, thankfully, as Bedeca now gives the ball straight back to Atletico. And here come Atletico Madrid looking for the killer goal to absolutely kill us off. Isn't there, but I think they've got it already anyway. Although, again, another highlight with 2 minutes to go. Bedeca is been tackled. Their man's been sent off. Probably 80 minutes too late to actually make an impact on this game, unfortunately. And there we go. Atletico Madrid 2, Oviedo 0. It's not the worst result. I mean, we came back into it very well in the second half, I've got to say. If we look at the stats, basically it's 15 shots I said there, which is pretty good considering at half time it was like 13-3. So I'm pleased with our second half performance. Not so pleased with the result, but it's a loss that we can take because we have got those points saved up against teams behind us. The first defeat in 8 matches as well, if you don't include the Malaga B game, which is very weird. Right, well, we've got this cup game in a couple of days' time, and then I think on the Saturday or the Sunday, where we have got, it must be the Sunday, we've got the Seville game. So I'm going to go and play this Deportivo La Coruña game, and then I'll see you back for the Seville game. So we're nearly at the Seville game. We won the cup game. I'll tell you about that in a second. But first of all, this has just come up. Juventus offering 16.75 million for Hans Osmanovic. We're rising to 24 million potentially with add-ons, instalments, after league appearances, international appearances, things like that. I'm happy with that. That's because that 24 million is getting close to that 30 million pound release fee clause. Now, usually you just go straight away, reject these sort of things. However, I think it lets you think about it for a week, then you can reject it. And that means less transfer bids in the future will come through. If you reject it now, they may offer another one tomorrow and the day after and the day after. So I'm just going to leave this. I'm not going to touch it. And it'll probably, I think the 27th, it will come through and say, you've got to answer this now, and I'll reject it then. And then hopefully they'll make one more bid. Well, not hopefully they'll make one more bid. But they'll only be able to make one more bid because I can just ignore it again until the transfer window's over. And then, yeah. So, and especially if you don't touch it as well, the player can't get cross of you because you've said no. Usually if you press reject now, a message will come up straight away saying Osmanovic is bloody cross with you. So I think it's best just to leave it and hope that it goes away. Hope it goes away. In the meantime, we did beat Deportivo 5-2 away from home, which is very, very nice. 5 different goal scorers. I say that, 4 different goal scorers. Orsolini, Osmanovic, Luka Adzic and Colono as well, importantly, getting on the score sheet there. So we've got a pretty good, solid start, I suppose, for that first leg. I don't think we'll lose a second leg by more than 3 goals. We've got 5 away goals as well now, so I'm pretty confident that we should go through into the semi-finals. We've actually had a very, very lucky draw, I've got to say. If we look at the Spanish Cup, we had Deportivo, but we've got Villarreal versus Valencia, which is tough. There's Real Madrid versus Malaga, which again is tough, although Malaga did beat Real Madrid, and Athletico versus Barcelona. So we got the easiest draw out of everything there, I've got to say. We've been lucky. Importantly, though, very, very importantly, Bilbao are not there because they've knocked us out of the competition for the last 3 seasons, I think. So it's good to see that they're not there because they can't knock us out again. Also, in this version of the universe, the Spanish Cup is less reputable than the Israeli State Cup, which I think is very interesting. It's dropped down quite a lot. Also, I keep getting told about Brahim Diaz is coming to the end of his contract at Man City, and we could sign him on a free, which I would love to do because, of course, with the Lincoln Loco, he was absolutely incredible. One of the best players we had, I think. Underrated in the star system, but was very, very good for us for some reason. But I'm just scared to make a punt on him in this game because he's an attacking midfielder centre, which we don't really use, I've got to say. And also, the reports say 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, but he's 23 years old. He's not got much more time in his career to improve. Once you sort of hit the 24-year-old mark, that's kind of when they stop improving players and things like that. So, I don't know. I'm scared to take a punt on him. But at the same time, it's Brahim Diaz. So, I mean, it can't be that bad, surely. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I don't think anyone's going to come in for him pretty soon. Actually, I've pressed in an offer. Okay. Should we just do it? Should we just go and make a approach to sign? Should we do that? He wants to be backup as well, bless him. That's beautiful. I love backup. You can be a backup if you want, and then we'll play him every game and he'll score 1,000,000 goals. Right, okay then, Brahim. Let's have a look at your contract. We'll get you on for 3 years. Minimum fee release clause. We'll make it 2.5 million, something like that. He wants something like 11 to 15. We'll give you 13k per week. We'll suggest that. Wow, okay, that was very easy. That was ridiculously easy. Okay, Brahim. No bonuses. That's very unusual. No player. They always want bonuses, but clearly not Brahim. He knows who I am. That's what it is. He remembers from an alternate universe that he was a star player for Lincoln City in the Premier League, and now he's realised that I'm the same person, and he wants to come and play for me. Doesn't care. I could have offered him a contract for nothing, and he'd still come, I bet. But hopefully he does come, because it'd be nice to be reunited with a legend. Right, so we're back now for the Seville game, and I have made a mistake of letting half of my benched players play for the B team, which I thought was yesterday. Turns out the game was actually today, so they're unable to play in today's game. So we've got only 6 players on the bench, which is quite funny if you think about it, really. It's not actually, is it? We've only got 6 subs. It doesn't matter. We can only use 3 anyway, so it's not like it's that important. But this is the team that's going to be taking on Seville today. Burke in goal as per usual. Cucurella, Verbert, Romero and Diouf as that back line. Habo comes in as that CDM today. I'm putting Colono as that box-to-box midfielder this time, and Badeka as a deep line playmaker instead. Just see if that changes things a little bit. I'm just tempted to see, because they both can do those jobs pretty well, so maybe they'll... I don't know, I'd want to see. Andic is going to play on the left, Orsolini, of course, on the right. And Starboy Osmanovic, who's not yet been deterred by the bid from Juventus, although I've not done anything with it yet still. So I'm pretty sure as soon as I press reject on it, he's going to go crazy. So we'll wait and see. Right then, kickoff is upon us. We're away from home today. And I know Seville have had some decent form. They won their last game, I think, as well. So they are up to 8th in the table. Only 4 points or 5 points as things stand right now, with the draw going on behind us. By looks of things, other teams around us have done not too badly. Looks like everyone else has played, actually. Bilbao look like they've drew. Valencia look like they've lost or something like that. So we're still pretty much in the driving seat for Champions League football. A win here today would be wonderful in securing an extra few points to guard against dropping down into Europa League spots rather than Champions League spots. I know Champions League this year was very disappointing. Next season, if we get there, I'd love to do better and qualify through our group, basically. I'd like to just continue with you. We can't do worse than 4th, basically, in the group, can we? So any improvement on 4th, actually, is probably quite good. Diouf now on the ball, coming forward. Badeka, Orsolini again. That final... We're not being good with our passes today, I've got to say. Our pass completion doesn't seem to... I mean, I don't know what the actual status of pass completion is. Habo puts it in towards Osmanovic and scores a goal there. I'm not sure how we won the ball, because I was looking over here. Our pass completion is only 69%, which I think is quite low. We've seen a few bad passes there. Of course, there was a bad pass there, I think, in the process for us to score that goal from Seville, that is. So... it does rectify itself, I suppose, a little bit. But we have gone 1-0 up in this game, which is very good. And actually, I forgot to mention earlier, I'll tell you what else is very, very good. The channel, the TomFM channel, lifetime views, we're currently sitting at like 945,000-ish total views. So only 55,000 views away from 1 million total, which is actually crazy when you think about it. 1 million views in all my videos. That is ridiculous when you think about that kind of number. That's a huge number for what is probably, well, it is. It's quite a very small channel. There's only 6.6k of you. Like it's a small channel, so to get 1 million lifetime views, or very close to that, is amazing. So if we can hit that before FM19, that would be fantastic. I'd love that. So just a quick thank you there for all of you for watching my videos throughout everything. And whilst I was talking, they scored a goal and I missed it. So let's watch it again, shall we? They've got the ball in the attacking third. Play it out to their winger, who puts a great ball into their man, who's just unmarked completely behind the defence there. Worked the offside trap very well. Put it past Berkey, and it's 1-1. And that'll teach me from talking about milestones. We have got a chance, though, early in this second half as Osmanovic puts through Orsolini with a decent save from the goalkeeper, Rico, there. If he didn't get his hand on that ball, that would have been sailing into the corner of the net. Adzic's corner comes in, but it's cleared. Is that Steven Nzonzi, of all people? It must be. I can't. I look at the team sheet again in a sec, but I think that's Steven Nzonzi in defence for Seville there, which is very strange. Another Vieto on the ball, not the same Vieto, of course, that plays for Atletico Madrid. That would be very unusual if he moved there in between. Orsolini though has a chance to come forward. Instantly, nearly gets tackled, plays out towards Diouf, who's actually got a lot of space, puts his cross in, but it was a very poor one actually, straight to their goalkeeper. He's now got a chance to show his distribution as Rico puts it. A very, very poor distribution there. Osmanovic is through straight away, hits the post agonisingly, and that's the closest we have come. It wasn't Steven. It is Steven Nzonzi. It is Steven Nzonzi. I mean, how's he done that, bless him? How's he got there? Osmanovic is through again, though, in behind the defence. Can he get across to Orsolini? He does. And Orsolini fires in at the near post for him. 2-1 in the 74th minute, which is fantastic stuff. Take that, Steven Nzonzi. How many Vietos are there? That's the important question. How many Vietos are there? And can I get one? Because Vietos seem to be very good, as Colono now gets himself on the score sheet, looking like he's putting the result beyond all doubt. Shot from the edge of the area there, beating the goalkeeper. Decent effort. He is coming into his own now, I've got to say, Colono. I was disappointed with him at the start of the season. Because he's described, the media described him as a world-class midfielder, and quite frankly, he did not have world-class performances at the start of the season, but he is starting to come into his own now, as Osmanovic through once again, should have really put it across to number 12 there. Again, it's been a long time since I played this, so I can't remember anyone's numbers, although I think 12 could be Rollheiser. Now, this is a good win, to be fair. It's putting us 5 points clear of Bilbao, so breathing room between us and Europa League football. Keeps us in the top 4, which is very nice. Same points as Real Madrid, although they beat us earlier on in the season, I think. So that's why they're ahead of us on head-to-head record. They also have a better goal difference as well, but we'll ignore that right now. As the final whistle blows, Seville 1, Oviedo 3. What a great result that is. We appreciate your efforts out there, boys. That was specialised. No one gave us a chance, apparently. So they all look, well, most of them look delighted with that. A few of them don't really care, but a lot of them look delighted, which is what we want to see. So all in all there, I think that's a pretty decent episode. We still stay in the top 4. We're still 5 points clear of Bilbao, and we are looking like we're going to a cup semi-final as well. So that's pretty good. Right, the next episode, ideally, I'd like it to sort of be this Real Madrid versus Espanyol one, because the regen day's in there, but that's quite a few games to go. We probably have the cup semi-finals in there at some point as well. So I can't say for certain what episode is going to be next. I think we probably should do the semi-finals on camera, because I think we've been there once before, I believe. Bilbao that year, that was the quarterfinals. The season before that, again locked out to Bilbao in the semi-finals. And then I think it's only once we got to semi-finals, and then the season before that again, Bilbao 3 seasons in a row. That was with the quarterfinals. So, I think if we get to semi-finals, we should do that on camera. So I'm not sure when that's going to be. So expect another episode when it's semi-final time. So I'll see you next time for semi-finals, basically. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I certainly have, actually. I've missed this. I've enjoyed talking to you and playing some Football Manager. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Goodbye.